All right, pumped to the next block of apples. So we are after the freeze a couple days. And I just checked a few blocks so far. It's not looking good, which sucks, but let's see what these got. So what we'll do is each one of these technically is an apple. So we'll kind of cut them in half. And if it's light, nice green inside, they lived. And if there's any discoloration, brown, it's dead. So let's cut into them and I'll show what I find. So first one, if you can see that, that's brown, so that's dead. Second one's bright green, so that's alive. Third one in the cluster is dead, so 1 out of 3 so far. There's usually 5 or 6 per cluster. All right, we're 1 for 4. 2 for 5, that's a live one. 2 for 6, another dead one. Kind of hit or miss right now. So down here, this is kind of low, but everything seems to be alive there. Honeycrisp so far are looking pretty good. So far, it's just a couple of them away farms that seem like have some damage in them. I got 3 more spots to check though. We are gonna stop at the very front by the road. We're gonna stop down here where we stopped at the other night, the lowest spot of the farm where the temperature gauge is. And we're gonna go to the very back where that other temperature gauge is. All right, so this low spot, kind of the same thing. We're seeing about 1 live bud per cluster. Well, I'm not gonna bore you guys with cutting into any more buds. At the end of it, there's damage. How bad is it? I don't know. That's something we really need to wait until they grow a little bit more. I mean, there's a lot of buds on the tree. 1 per cluster, you know, could be enough. Just means we don't need to thin as much. But again, I mean, easy enough. We know, yep, there's damage. So we need to be aware of that going forward and kind of keep checking for things. But just because there's damage doesn't mean anything stops. And we still got work to do. So we're going to get this thing off because we have no more brush to sweep. Then we'll get that weight bracket put on and get the post hole digger on it. All right, first thing we got to do is get this thing driven up like we have here because we have to take the hydraulics and dip this arm all the way down so we can get to this bolt back here. These 3 bolts easy to get to, but this one has to be swung all the way down. And we'll cut all of our ties off, everything apart. And I actually had it set up this year where I had all these hoses tied up high. That way we could put a flail back here and none of the branches hopefully grab anything, but we didn't get to do that this year. And just like that, we can get to this bolt. We'll get this bolt out, get this arm swung back in and put this back in its placing here. Get these other 3 off and get this thing taken off. Of course, I'm gonna need to use the forklift and let's see if it'll start. Nope. So I got that thing started. I got this balance on that side. I'll bring the forklift in on this side, balance up here, get these 3 bolts off, take the spacers off. And then we'll get this weight bracket stuck back on the front. All right, weight bracket is all on. Just like that. You can see Dad's putting a pink spray on, so peaches are far enough out. We got to throw a pink spray on them. Wind is calm, and he's just blasting through. All right, we made a parts run because I broke this. So putting together this, I wanted to take this off because I wanted to see the filter inside, and I yanked on it and just absolutely snapped that piece in the brass. Got it out of the brass, thankfully, and then Southwest Supply had what I needed, so put this new one on with a nice screen, and that'll be that. And just like that, the new one is in and ready to go. All right, with everything hooked up, we have no leaks. This hose was causing some problems, but no leaks up here. No leaks on the new setup. I like it. But we're dialing in this, making sure we're getting the right pressure. It's showing it. We're gonna make a couple test runs, see if it holds. Remember how deep these ruts were? We're just trying to clean them up. These were really bad. This is that video where I got stuck. Oh, I don't know. Well, you can go. All right. I got the 2 market trucks, so we're gonna connect the batteries back up, see if these things fire up so we can get these to the shop. Hopefully in the next month, and market's only 2 months away. All right, back to work on everyone's favorite tractor, the GL. Everything is done besides the oil change. We'll do that tomorrow. But I want to get all this little crap out of the way, so yank this clip off, which you just got to keep working this down as you pull back. I don't know, it's weird. It's a stupid clip. Took me forever to figure out the first time a couple years ago. Got that out of the way and then took this clip off, so now I can move all this stuff and get to this filter tomorrow. All right, Dad's getting the last bit of the, actually that's the last row of peaches getting pushed out. And these last piles burnt. All right, I forgot, when you pull these, there's a plug on each time. You pull it out because of how it's angled. It just shoots, so a little mistake. So we got that new little hydraulic valve stuck into this sprayer. And then I've been working on this, as you can see, and I haven't gotten anywhere. If anything, it got worse. So I don't know, this thing is still leaking. I put new packing in it. I don't know, maybe there's a hairline fracture somewhere in this when we were chopping grapes with it, but it will not be sprayed tomorrow. It's gonna sit right here, and I got a mechanic coming to look at it. I did what I could.